Buenos días por la mañana. Hoy te espera un paseo precioso. Vamos a ir por los canales. Vamos a subirnos a como una especie de ferry con un barco y nos va a dar el paseo por todos los canales. Así que prepárate porque esto va a durar un ratote. ¡Uy! Por lo pronto te enseño la vista de ahorita. ¿En dónde estoy? ¡Ay! Que le me estoy metiendo el dedo. Así está el día de hoy por la mañana. Hoy es domingo, mi penúltimo día en el paraíso. Así que aquí estoy sentadita. Mira, aquí estoy sentadita, que ahí se ve el reflejo. Aquí, hola, ahí se ve el reflejo. Ahí estoy, aquí estoy sentadita con una toalla, con un cobertor, con una cobija, porque hace mucho viento y el viento es frío. Aunque está soleado, estamos a 25 grados, está delicioso porque no sabes, acá no sudas, o sea, mira mi piel, no sudas, no transpiras porque no hay humedad. Entonces, porque estamos en una época del año que no es así. Está rico, está perfecto. Vine en una época del año con muy buen clima. Y bueno, sabes que yo siempre te traigo. Ahorita vamos al ferry. Mira, miren, así se hace una arepa. Esto es con harina de maíz. Miren el arte, miren cómo va saliendo, Ya vas a ver, estos tienen su ciencia. Y ¡tarán! No es una gordita, es arepa. Perfectamente redondita. Este es el plato típico de Venezuela. Se le echa poquita agua, es harina de maíz, se le echa sal, aceite de oliva, aceite de oliva y listo. Y se pone a asar. Miren la perfección del círculo, están perfectamente redondas. Eso tiene su ciencia, son años de experiencia. Después les muestro cómo quedan. Miren esto, no saben lo rico que es este revoltillo. Él tiene un toque especial que es el amor. Luego la abres. Yo le quito masita, es un sacrilegio, pero yo le quito el masita y luego le pones el revoltillo. Y a la boquita. Miren, es aquí. Aquí nos vamos a subir. Bueno, aquí vamos. Quiero ir arriba. A ver cómo hago para ir arriba. Ajá, seguimos por aquí. Aquí tenemos a... ¿Qué tal? ¡Qué bonito! Bueno, ahora vamos a buscar dónde nos vamos a sentar. Yo quiero estar arriba, pero los de las barandas ya están ocupadas, así que iremos en el medio de alguien.
Our first order of business, getting the Carry B turned around here on the New River. We're making this turn right now over the only underwater traffic tunnel in the state of Florida. About 40 feet below us right now, the cars and trucks traveling on Federal Highway here in town.
Esa es una casa antigua que rentan para eventos especiales, pero es muy antigua.
That is the Stranahan House, oldest surviving structure here in Fort Lauderdale, built back in 1901. That was used by Frank and Ivy Stranahan as an overnight station trading post for the local Seminole Indians. The Stranahans, they are considered founders of our city, and of course the home's fully restored, and they also do daily tours. Up next on your left is the Riverside Hotel. The Riverside is the oldest hotel here in the city, built back in 1936. And it's the only hotel built on famous Las Olas Boulevard. Lining the sidewalks of Las Olas, plenty of specialty shops, high-end boutiques, art galleries, and of course, lots of great outdoor cafes and restaurants here in town. Coming up next to the right-hand side, interesting home in town, over color, pretty much original condition. That was the 1940s fishing home of gangster Benjamin Bugsy Siegel. Bugsy Siegel, of course, started the Flamingo Casino and invented that town out in the desert, Las Vegas. For us, we're heading eastbound here on the New River. Some marine life you'll find in the river include manatees, spotted eagle rays, of course, tarpon, and lots of different types of fish. We have our fair share of wild iguanas out on the seawalls. And from time to time, we'll get a pot or two of dolphins out on our tours. We've had some manatees out lately, so we'll keep our eyes open for you. They like the cooler water. Well, neighborhood we'll be traveling through here, this is called Rio Vista. Rio Vista, this was the first of the middle income housing to be built here in the city of Fort Lauderdale. Homes actually built and sold around here back in the 1930s for as little as $3,000 to $5,000. Of course, not anymore. These days, a fixer-upper home like over to your left, the White House and Tiki Hut, just sold about a month ago for $4 million.
Uf, mira esta casa. Mira qué precioso barco. Millones de dólares cuestan estas casas. Wow. Todas estas están blindadas contra huracanes, porque aquí cuando llegan los huracanes, bueno.
I'll cut up next, right-hand side. Interesting home in town for sure. Over to the right-hand side now is a two-story teal-colored home coming into view. Home was used famously in the movie Cape Fear, starring Robert De Niro and Nick Nolte.
Nadie saluda.
The palm trees you see there, they were swapped out for pine trees to appear as if this all were North Carolina. While actor Nick Nolte, well, he was stuck under house arrest here in Fort Lauderdale throughout most of the film. Left-hand side, homes on the river for sale these days. To your left, you can see it's on a huge water lot here in town. Of course, it's also on the market for $18,999,000. Also in a peaceful section of the river right now called Tarpon Bend. Got its nickname from the locals back in the 20s. Back then, of course, there were so many tarpon fish in this area of the river. Tarpon can grow to 6 feet in length and weigh well over 200 pounds. Also, your neighbors around here, over to your left-hand side, the home of the lanterns there on the sea dock belongs to James Allen. Mr. Allen to your left, he is lucky enough to be the CEO of Hard Rock Hotels and Gaming. And over to the right-hand side, definitely the most spectacular home on the river. It's nicknamed the Lego House because of all the colors. Great addition to the home on the right is the beautiful Infinity Edge swimming pool with its own 3-story bell tower trimmed in real 14-karat gold all the way to the top. Just past the rocky seawall here to your right, you're also going to notice a bronze sculpture of 3 dolphins. That sculpture is a bit of a hint. Current owners of the home, former owners of the Miami Dolphins football team, the billionaire Huizenga family. The Huizengas, besides being former owners of the Miami Dolphins, at one time owned the Marlins, as well as the Panthers, owning all 3 sports franchises. House property, well, keeps going all the way to the wood dock ahead of us to the right. A small 2-story tree house in the middle was built just for the gardener to live in full time.
Mira, esa está a la venta. ¿Quién quiere? ¿Quién quiere?
And over to the left on the corner, a beautiful mansion as well. That home belongs to members of the Wells family of Wells Fargo, that is. The Wells family, they own most of the property here on famous Los Olas Boulevard here in town. Well over 100 of the storefronts of the restaurants, including the historic Riverside Hotel. Our route today will keep us here on the river for a bit. We'll be heading off to the right in a few minutes, putting us into the Intracoastal Waterway today. Intracoastal, that'll take us southbound. On the way, we'll definitely get a great look at some more homes, and mansions, and boats, and yachts, and super yachts, hotels, restaurants, and lots of cruise ships in port today as well. All coming up. Over to your left-hand side now is a great look at a beautiful neighborhood known as Los Olas Isles. These are man-made islands to your left, all inspired by the canals in Venice, Italy. Canals were dredged out, mud put on the existing swampland to create the multi-million-dollar house lots. The homes, they're all built into rows and all owned by millionaires. And that's where we get our phrase in town, of course, Millionaires Row. Also head to your left-hand side is a very large vacant lot here in town coming into view. Over to the left-hand side, those 2 acres of land were recently offered for sale. Gentleman looked at this property, loved it, decided of course he needed more room, so he bought the house next door as well. Total price paid for this end of the island, a little over $30 million so far. All now belongs to the former CEO of the Kohl's department store chain. And for us, we're going to hold up here for a little bit of traffic, river traffic that is. We got a tug and barge coming around the bend. We're going to give them some room and we'll be underway here in just a minute. Supersized mansions here in town. To the right, that is the brand new winter home of the Brothman family. The Brothmans to your right, they do very, very well. They happen to own Seagram's Corporation, makers of such fine products as Captain Morgan's Rum, Seagram 7, VO, Crown Royal, Myers Rum, just to name a few. Also heads to the right-hand side as well as some new construction. The White House coming up next to the right. The White House to your right, that was built with a bit of a mid-century modern look going on. Probably the coolest thing about the White House, it was built as a one-bedroom bachelor's apartment. To our left-hand side, we got some folks out at the local sandbar today. Of course, by the end of the afternoon to your left, we could have 200 or 300 little boats. The sandbar to your left is always a great way to beat the heat, though. Folks bring dogs, paddleboards, barbecue grills. That's actually a restaurant there floating in the middle. And camp out all afternoon, have a great time here in good old Fort Lauderdale.
Está lloviendo, están cayendo chispitas. Justo pasamos debajo de una nube. Está lloviendo. Mira el señor pescando.
Over to the right on the corner, definitely some of our newest and quietest neighbors. To the right, you're certainly welcome to give these folks a wave hello, but sadly, they rarely wave.
Es un muñeco. Miren esta hermosura. Wow. $millones cerca. Millones. Million. Miren el puente. Ese es el que les por donde pasamos alguna vez. Mira, hoy es un día perfecto para practicar.
Over to your left-hand side now, another collection of islands with us in town. To your left, 7 private islands known as Harbor Beach. Harbor Beach is our most expensive, exclusive, and private neighborhood here in the city. Because of its privacy, it has always been a favorite spot for celebrities. Back in the day, of course, we had folks like Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, Sonny and Cher, Rodney Dangerfield. These days, we're back there's Colin Farrell, Reese Witherspoon, Gene Hackman, and magician David Connolly.
Pues sí.
for everyone. One of our nicknames is the yachting capital of the world, and we live up to our reputation every day here in town, of course. Most of the yachts here ahead of us to your left and to the right actually are luxury charter yachts, all available for rent or for charter if you're interested, and of course, if you can afford it. We'll get a look at a couple of these as we get a bit closer down here. Over to the left-hand side, there's Ocean Z coming into view first, followed by Helios, which is closer to the bridge there. Over to the left-hand side, yachts like this, they charter out mostly by the week, mostly in the Caribbean, definitely don't come cheap. Yachts of this size would start at about $250,000 per week. I'm afraid fuel and provisions are not included in that price. Well, for us, we're going to sneak underneath the bridge now and officially welcome you to the port. The Everglades opened way back in 1928. These days, we definitely run the gamut of world-class cruises. And in the winter months, like now, we're always home to some of the newest and largest cruise ships in the world. Like today, we'll get you guys a great look at some of these ships just ahead. As we enter across the port, some time to stretch your legs, stroll around the boat here as much as you like. Some time to visit Lisa down at the bar. Want to grab something to snack on, maybe a cold drink. And we'll pick up here in a few minutes around the bend. We'll also back here to some music a little bit as well. Out there, we definitely enjoy the view and the ride for a minute.
El Uber de los yates. El Uber de los yates. increíble ese de 3 pisos.
Thank you. Miren, esto se mueve. ¡Uy, qué impresión! Palomitas. Ay, hubiera pedido palomitas. Me alegra haber subido porque la verdad el viento, el aroma es mucho mejor. Aquí es con aire acondicionado.